Hello everyone. Here's an interesting case. It has decided by the Supreme Court and it is a landmark case which discusses both the civil provisions and the criminal law provisions. So, this is a unique case which I would like to discuss with you today. Under section 75 of the Civil Procedure Code, the power to issue commissions has been stated. A court may issue a commission for any of the following purposes. Firstly, to examine any person, to make a local investigation, to examine or adjust accounts, to make a partition, to hold a scientific, technical or expert investigation, to conduct sale of property which is subject to speedy and natural decay, to perform any ministerial act. A court may issue a commission for these purposes under the Civil Procedure Code section 75. Now, let us discuss about the power to issue commissions as stated by the Supreme Court in this case. Here, this is a discretionary power which can be exercised only for doing full and complete justice between the parties. Appointment of the commission, whether it is a inherent powers of court, that is the question which came before the court in Padam Sen and another versus State of Uttar Pradesh, which was decided in the year 1961 by the Supreme Court. Now, this case was relating to a promissory note. One Mr. G sues Mr. M for recovery of money due under a promissory note which was given to him. And this came before the court, that is a Munsif court, and at that time the defendants M apprehended that whatever we have paid to G would not be reflected by G because he would fabricate the books of account and he will not bring it before the court. So, M, the defendants, applied for seizure of books of account of G under the power to issue commissions, but not under section 75 but under section 151 of CPC. Now, we know that section 151 deals with the inherent powers of the civil court. Now, the Munsif court appointed one R as a commission, ordered him to seize the books of account of the plaintiff. Now, the commissioner goes to the place, seizes the book of account and keeps them in his custody. The defendants immediately complained against the plaintiffs, alleging that the plaintiffs, that is G, had offered bribe to the commissioner to tamper with the books of account. They went to the commissioner's house and asked him, by giving him bribe of about rupees 900, to tamper with the books of account. That was the allegation. Immediately after the complaint, a special court convicted the appellants under section 165A of the Indian Penal Code. Indian Penal Code 165A declares that it is an offence to give bribe to a public servant. Now, G had offered bribe to the public servant. Who is the public servant? The commissioner in this case. Now, G appeals to the High Court. The High Court looks into the facts and it upholds the conviction. Next, G comes before the Supreme Court in appeal. So, this is the court which decides, and this is the case before us. So, finding of the special court was looked into by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court saw that the appellants offered bribe to allow to tamper with the account books. That is not a thing which has been established, but there was an allegation that bribe was given. Now, the appellant's contention before the Supreme Court is very different. He says that R is not a public servant. Whether I have given bribe or not, that is a secondary thing. But even if I have given a bribe or even if I have given him some money, there is no offence under section 165A of Indian Penal Code because he is not a public servant. Number one. Secondly, appellant also contends that the additional Munsif court which had appointed the commissioner had no inherent powers under section 151 for purpose of seizing the account books of the convicts, because 151 is a general power, that is a discretionary power, but when there is a special power, section 75, a commissioner cannot be appointed for any other purpose. Then the court does not have a power to appoint a commissioner for seizing the account books of a person. Now, the respondent's contention, that is the state of Uttar Pradesh. The state says that R is a public servant. Why? Because under expansion 2 of the section 21 of Indian Penal Code, there is a definition of a public servant and it says that a person who is in actual possession of a situation of a public servant is a public servant and therefore as he has appointed as a commission, he is a public servant. Secondly, the second contention is that appointment of R as a commission under inherent powers of the court is a valid power, because section 151 gives the discretionary power to the court, and therefore he was validly appointed, and therefore he is a public servant. We see that there are two questions before the Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court looks into these questions. Question number 1 is whether R is a public servant. If he is a public servant, then giving bribe to a public servant is an offence and they are guilty and their conviction should be upheld. Question number 2, whether commission can be appointed under section 151 of the Civil Procedure Code. If the commission can be appointed under this section and it is a valid appointment, then again the court has the powers to appoint, then he is a public servant because he is having possession of the position of a public servant, and therefore he can seize the books. It is a valid power exercise and therefore they can be convicted. The Supreme Court looked into both these contentions and it made the observations as stated here. The Supreme Court says the account books were not property which were the subject matter of the suit, nor there would be any question about them which would arise in the suit. They were only evidence, and therefore asking for seizing the books of the account was null and void, because the order appointing the commissioner under inherent powers could not be exercised for seizing the account books. Then IPC, that is Indian Penal Code expression 2 of section 21, it applies only when a person appointing, he has the authority to appoint. Here the court does not have authority to appoint, therefore the exercise of power is not valid and therefore he is not a public servant, as court has no authority for forcibly seizing the account books, because if the court would have to ask for the evidence or the court has to call for the account books, there were other provisions in the CPC under which the court could call for the evidence, and if the evidence was not produced, there could have been an adverse inference drawn. So there was not a necessity for appointing a person or a commission for forcibly seizing the account books. Therefore the appointment is void, and R was not a public servant because he was appointed under a void exercise of powers, which is completely not allowed under this section. So the judgment of the Supreme Court said that there is no offence under 165A of the Indian Penal Code. Therefore the appellants were acquitted and the order of the High Court of conviction was set aside. We see that it is not a business of the court to collect evidence for the party, and the court does not have any business of seizing the account books of the parties. It cannot seize for this purpose. The court has to appoint the commissioner. It can do so only under the provisions of the CPC, that is Order 26 and Section 75. Not for any other purpose can the commissioner be appointed. That is the principle which was laid down, and the power to issue commissions under Section 75 and under Order 26, which has been specifically stated, it cannot be exercised under the inherent powers of the court under Section 151. That means the discretionary power conferred on the court can be exercised only for doing full and complete justice between parties, and this discretionary power cannot be exercised for illegal purpose. It can be only exercised for a proper purpose, and these two provisions, that is the Indian Penal Code Section 165A, Section 21 and the explanation number 2 of Section 21 has been discussed in this case. Along with that, the CPC provisions, that is the Section 75, Order 26 and Section 151 have been elaborately discussed by the Supreme Court in this case. Therefore, it makes it an interesting case. This is the case of Padam Sen and another versus State of Uttar Pradesh, decided in 1961. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you have liked it, please share with anyone who you think would be interested. Please leave your comments and I would be happy to reply to everyone. Do subscribe to get more information about everyday law and legal studies. Thank you.